Okay, got a call from a customer who said he had his car keyed, and we can see it's black Toyota Auris. But if we look here, you can see a line, scrape in the paint running here, all the way along the handle, door handle. And you can see here, scratch running along. The length of that panel, just above the handle here, and it continues to run just up here. I don't think the car has been keyed. It's definitely been damaged. You can see the scratch in this light. You can see it here. So I've got the car cleaned down. I've got it decontaminated. Paint's been clayed. So we're going to buff this out. What are we going to use? Rapid Renovator Plus. Okay, so there's the scratch. Yeah, I forgot to shake the product up. Make sure you do that. There's the scratch. I had a new pad on the buffer, so make sure you prime a new pad. Put plenty of product on there and rub it in just to get that new pad primed. Add a little bit more, usual 3 dots. So what I was explaining was I'm not using any papers here, not using any wet sanding. The scratch, when you felt it, it wasn't catching in your nail, and if you pour water over it, the scratch disappears in the water, which suggests that the scratch is in the clear coat. It hasn't gone deeper than the clear, so I was quite confident that this would buff out. Okay, we're starting the buff. So that was one pass, and quite a lot of product on here. It was a primed pad. It was a brand new pad, so just wipe that off. A little bit of water, and the compound just wipes very easily off any excess on that. Now, looking on the camera here, and as I'm explaining here, the scratch has basically disappeared on the camera, but to the naked eye, as I was looking at it, it was still there. I could still see, so it needed another pass. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Rapid Renovator Plus. So I carried out the same procedure on the other panel. It took another 2 passes on that scratch, but we also had the scratch in here underneath the passenger door handle. There's no way I can get the buffer in there, so without taking the door apart. So grab yourself a sponge, polishing sponge, make sure it's wet. This is the Autoglym high-tech polish applicator, and I was using it with the Rapid Renovator Plus. You'd normally be using this with super resin polish, but works equally as good with compound. Give it a good bit of pressure in there. It was the same scratch in there. There's only one way I was going to get it out. And this is just a handy tip as well if you have to take out scratches that are in underneath those door handles from rings and fingers. Rapid Renovator, and in this case the Rapid Renovator Plus, is quite effective if used by hand as well. And I got the scratch out. So I've got the door propped open here slightly, just using a microfiber tile, just keeping the door open slightly so I don't burn the edge of the back door. And I've taped up, used some masking tape on part of the handle there. The scratch, you can't see it, there it is, just exactly where I'm putting the compound. There was a scratch there, heavy one, so doing some acrobatics here. Buffer basically upside down, just so I could get some pressure on that scratch right above that handle. So buffer upside down, but trust me, I'm a professional. Okay, so that's our repair done with the Rapid Renovator Plus. You can remember the scratch. I've done a bit up here as well. There was some heavy scratching, but the scratch basically started hopefully back here. Ran along here. It's in here, a little bit in here. We managed to get out by hand. Can't get the buffer in there. It ran up here. So the Rapid Renovator has made quick work of that deep scratch. So for the rest of the car, it's not too bad. I'm not going to continue with the Rapid Renovator or the Rapid Renovator Plus. I'm just going to switch back to the Rapid Renovator, the medium cut, and we'll get the rest of the car done in the normal manner, and refine it with a black pad, so it's looking great. So that's Rapid Renovator Plus, brand new. It's great stuff. And finally, just got the car back out into the sunlight and just had a look to see if there was any holograms or if it needed any more refinement, but no, it looked great. So it's a great product. I went over with the black soft pad. It was black, so you're better off going over it with the soft pad just to be sure.